I had a hemp robe. I married people and buried people and counseled people because I was a non-denominational minister. And my son called me and said, Dad, I just want to he became Muslim before I did. I didn't know that. He called me and he said, I advise you to take that big searchlight in your brain that you've been looking for all the things wrong and the things behind the headlines and take a look at some of these passages in the Bible with the same scrutiny. And I did. And they jumped out at me like three-dimensional words. In 18:18 of Deuteronomy, where God says, I'm going to send a prophet like you, I'm going to put words in his mouth. And then in John 16, it says, someone's coming who's not going to say anything of himself. He's going to say what's given to him to say. And I saw the mirror image. I saw the parallel. I'm getting goose flesh just talking about it. Isaiah 32:2, where he says, Allah, the sun started up in Seir. No, it started up at Sinai, and then it came up higher in Seir, and then it crested at Paran. And I did some research into that, and what that's referring to is that Allah gave Musa, peace be upon him, the tablets, the law at Sinai. Jesus, peace be upon him, overcame Shaitan at Mount Seir, and Paran is the ancient name for Mecca, where Muhammad was born, peace be upon them all. This is the truth, and I felt intuitively the thread of the straight path going back to Abraham because I'd studied Hebrew school, and I'd been in a monastery on part of my journey. So I studied the Bible, the New Testament. I knew the Old Testament somewhat from being Jewish, and it all made sense. It stuck together. And I recognized it intuitively, and what I saw in the books reinforced the intuition, the continuation of monotheism to humanity. It's a way of life. It's not just a ritual system. It's everything from going to the bathroom to getting married to civil law to criminal law to economics to family life to child rearing. It's a whole way of life. It's not just a religious system to speak of. And it was designed and perfected by Allah for all humanity. And in the last 15 years, what I'm finding is that it works.